What's up, my beautiful peeps? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are feeling great. I hope you guys are ready for these good vibes because I'm ready to talk about these vibes. And I know a lot of people are going to hate, they're not going to agree with me, but that just shows how much of an issue you have with weed. I'm going to be talking about weed, and I'm going to say tree because I'm not trying to get censored or anything. Everybody has their opinions on tree. I used to smoke tree. I used to use weed. I had edibles, infused drinks. I smoked it. I smoked it a lot. Whatever your experience is, your opinions, those are your opinions. I'm here talking about my experience. Honestly, you can say whatever you want. It might help you with your anxiety, depression, all that stuff. It's not helping you get to the root cause. You might think it helps you with that. It might help you relieve stress, but smoking it, you are damaging your lungs. You're damaging your health. You're damaging your brain. So you're damaging yourself either way. You think it's helping you one way, but it really isn't. It's just crazy how attached people are to weed. And honestly, you probably need to hear this. I know I wish somebody were to tell me these things before, because we hear, oh, it's a plant, it's good for you, it helps you with anxiety, it helps you with depression, it helps you with stress, it helps you get creative, it helps you eat more if you have problems eating. And at that point, you think it does. You think it's helping you with this, but they don't tell you about the negative effects of using it. They don't tell you how it might help you with that temporarily in the short run. In the long run, it's damaging yourself, it's damaging your health, and it's causing all these other problems within you, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. It's damaging you. When I reflect back and I think on how much tree I used to smoke, it's crazy. It's disgusting how attached I was to it, how I would use it first thing in the morning, and it was the last thing I did right before I went to bed. It was me high all day, every day. And it got to a point where I wasn't even getting high anymore. It just became a habit of escaping, me getting too attached to it, thinking I couldn't do anything without it. I couldn't even shower. I couldn't go out to the store. I couldn't do anything without it. If I was doing something, oh, let me smoke first. And it's crazy. It's crazy how people are like that. Like, you don't need it. You don't need it to eat. You don't need it for it to help you relieve stress. You don't need it to get creative. You just think you do. And it's crazy to me also how people say it's not as worse as alcohol or other substances like cocaine. I smoked weed. I did cocaine. I drank alcohol a lot. I was using all of those substances. I was abusing of all of those substances. Each one has their different effects on you, on your body, on your mind, body, and soul. They all fuck you up. They all damage you. They all damage you in different ways. I wouldn't say one is worse than the other. They're all bad. They're all bad in their own different ways, but they are all bad. You shouldn't be doing none of them. There's no reason for you to be doing any of them. They made me so negative. I was already full of hate and full of negativity, but it was building that negativity. It was building that hate, and especially towards me. I was living this lifestyle that just wasn't me and that I wasn't happy in, and it literally led me to rock bottom. It didn't help with anything. Honestly, I don't even know why I started smoking. Well, I started smoking it because other people around me were smoking it, so I said, well, why not? And then I just found it as another substance for me to escape, to numb my feelings. If I got angry, I'd go smoke. If I'd get sad, I'd go smoke, just so I wouldn't be here, so in a way I could escape and I could just numb everything that I was going through. But it was making everything worse, because once I stopped, everything hit me. It would have been better for me to deal with things beforehand, one by one, instead of everything just hitting me getting more anxiety, overthinking, getting paranoid. People always ask, how did you stop smoking or with any substance, with drinking alcohol? I got tired on my own shit. I did my research, and that's the thing with me. Like, I started getting invested in healing and in loving myself and in improving my health. So learning all those things of how it was damaging me, my body, my mind, body, and soul, I was like, no, like, I need to change. I said, but I'm loving me. Like, I'm starting to love me, and I love me more, so I need to stop doing these things. People are just so in denial. When I talk about this and people get all butthurt, it's because they have a problem. They don't want to admit it, and they're trying to make me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, like I don't know what I'm saying. There's other worse things happening in the world. There's other worse substances. All substances are bad, and yeah, shit's happening in the world, but you shouldn't worry about that. You should worry about yourself, about your health. It starts with you. It starts with with your health. It starts with taking care of yourself. With how normalized it is, how it's legal now in most places, it's just like they're saying like, oh, it's okay, you know. But dude, the shit nowadays, it's like you don't know what's in it, because I wasn't even getting high anymore. I was getting extremely paranoid and I had the worst anxiety. And I thought like, they're lacing this up. This is nothing how it was years ago. And even years ago, like still, smoking, inhaling the smoke, it's bad for your lungs. It's damaging your lungs. And I know there's other substances, and I'm not just saying that's the worst one. Like, I talk about a lot of them. There's sugar. Sugar, you don't think it's bad, but it's bad, and it's addictive. Caffeine, it's addictive, and it's also harming your health. There's just so many things out there. Those aren't things that I've had an issue with. I had an issue with weed. I've never really had an issue with sugar. I've never had an issue with caffeine. I tried it. I tried to get on that hype, but it makes me sick. And it's crazy, dude, how many stuff I would just consume. I do coke, I'd smoke weed, and I drink coffee. It's horrible for your body. And when I would drink coffee, I would literally feel like I was on cocaine. It's another drug, and it's so normalized. And people are drinking like 5 cups, I don't know how many cups of coffee a day. They don't see it as a problem. It's a problem. And people say, oh, I can stop whenever I want. They can stop smoking weed. They say it's not an issue. They can stop for a couple of days. I'm like, okay, well, stop for a couple of months. If you could really stop, you would, but you can't. That's why you don't stop. It starts off as little things. If you're using it for anxiety, if you're using it for depression, for stress, okay, you're using it for those things. But you guys, it gets addictive. And it's not the substance that's addictive. It's that escape feeling, like that high feeling. For me, it was just like I was here, but I wasn't here. I was physically here, but I wasn't mentally here. And I didn't like that after, because it was disconnecting me from myself. Weed disconnects you from your true self. I'd wake up and I'd smoke weed. I'd go to sleep and I'd smoke weed. I wouldn't get a good night rest when I would smoke before I'd go to bed. And when I'd wake up, I was still tired, and I'd get more tired because I'd just go ahead and smoke. And it was like my soul would just leave my body, and like I was just there. There's nothing good about being high. You get the munchies, you're just eating all this crap. You get sleepy, you get lazy, you don't want to do anything. It doesn't give you no type of energy. You might say, oh, you were smoking the wrong thing. You were doing indica and it's sativa to get energy and all this stuff. Like, no, it still doesn't give you that proper energy that you need. I never smoked weed and was like, oh, let me go for a run. Like, oh, let me get all of this stuff done. Like, no, it's no type of energy. It doesn't help you do anything. It doesn't help you get anything done. And people say, oh, you have to find this balance. I have this balance. You might have a balance or whatever, but okay, you're still fucking up your health. No matter what, you're still fucking up your health. And I'm pretty sure you guys are doing nothing about it. You guys are not detoxing. You're not detoxing all that nasty stuff from your lungs. Like, have you seen a smoker's lung? From my experience, I just feel like there's nothing healing about it. You know, why would I willingly want to damage my lungs again? I don't. And I worked so hard to get to the point where I am, and to, you know, like, I love being present. I don't want to escape anymore. I don't want to get high. I don't want to be paranoid and be full of anxiety. And you can detach yourself, you guys. You can detach yourself. You can detach yourself from that lifestyle. You can detach yourself from any substance. I detached myself from 3 substances that I was like addicted to. And not the substance, but that escape feeling. People think it's not an issue. People say you won't get the withdrawals. You do get the withdrawals. It's an issue. People are so attached to it nowadays, but you can't detach yourself from it. You have to love yourself. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to take it day by day, and you have to be patient. I didn't quit immediately. There were these times where I went a month. It'd get to this point where I just get so fucking depressed, and I'd be full of anxiety, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stop. But I was still using another substance. So I slowly stopped. Once I was like, okay, I'm done with it, I took a break and I went back to it, and it just wasn't the same because my mindset was shifting. I wanted change, and I knew that I had to change internally. I had to change my ways. I had to change my habits. And then that's when I just completely stopped again. And of course, after that, I was like, maybe I could smoke here and there. I thought I missed it. I would reflect and be like, no, I'm only saying that when things are getting tough, because I was so used to smoking to relax. You know, it was a Friday night and just chill, listen to music, music, hotbox. But I found other things to do, healthier habits, other ways to relax, to deal with stress, other positive habits. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I'm so glad that I detached myself from that lifestyle. And let me tell you that if you want to detach from it, you have to detach yourself from it fully. Get rid of everything, get rid of all the tree, get rid of all the accessories, get rid of the people that are still smoking it. And especially in the beginning, just so there's no temptation. Why would you want to hang around with those people? Because you're most likely to go back to it, to smoke it again. I really hope that this helps you. And if you guys have any other questions, comment down below. Let me know how your transition was from smoking to not smoking anymore. Did you get the withdrawals? I'm going to be talking about these topics more because I truly want to help you guys. I'm going to talk about my experience, what I went through, how I detached myself from all those substances. And I've made other videos about it, but I want to talk more about it. And it might sound repetitive, but hey, repetition is key. And I'm just trying to help you guys because I'm living a happier life sober without any of the substances. I'm at peace with myself. I love my true self. I love life. I might not be where I want to be, but I'm getting there and I'm trying my hardest to become a best version of myself every day. And I'm just happy. I never thought that I'd be this happy. I never thought that I'd be sober. Honestly, if you were to tell me, like, when did I stop? It's been like a year and a half, a little bit over, that I stopped smoking tree. Dude, it's been the best. And I hope you guys are just open about it, about these topics, and open about trying new habits, and open about detaching yourself from it. Like, go a month and see the difference, okay? I'm over here telling you guys these things, my experience, but you'll never know unless you try. That's what I said with myself too. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go a month without it and see how I feel. And I felt better. And that's why when I went back to it for a little while until I completely stopped, I was like, yeah, I don't want this. Like, it's really holding me back from success. It's not allowing me to express my true self. It's something negative, and I felt it too. It's like my soul was telling me, no, we have to get rid of it completely. And I did. I appreciate you guys tuning into this episode. I love you guys, and I hope that you guys are just willing to love yourselves, because it's self-love. Being sober is self-love. Detaching yourself from those substances are self-love. Don't forget to speak good vibes to yourself and speak good vibes to others. Peace.